Hey everybody, I'm Andy Smith. I'm a 30-year comic book veteran, having worked for Marvel Comics, DC Comics, Image Comics, Cross Generation, Ominous Press. You name it, I've probably worked for them. And I do other things art-wise outside of comics in the field of advertising. I've also written some books on drawing comics you might have seen. Drawing American manga superheroes, Drawing Dynamic Comics was my first book. And I also did the handy little How to Draw Superhero sketchbook where all you need is a pencil because you do all the work right inside the book. Enough about that. This is the Book Look series. The Book Look series is where I grab a book off my library. You can see the tons of books I have behind me. And I go through it page by page with you so you can see if it's a book that you might want to buy. I like to know what I want to buy before I buy it, and I feel this is a way to give you some insight into these books. So join me for today's book look. Thanks. Hello everybody, this is Andy Smith, 32-year veteran of the comic book industry. You saw the intro, you know the rest. Another book look coming your way. That's where I grab a book off my bookshelf and go, let's look through it with my adoring fans. That's you, the audience. Profili Alex Raymond, the power and the grace. How's that Italian accent? Right? Yeah. So, I don't know when I picked this up. I got this book. I don't think it was when it came out. But I've had it. I haven't looked at it in over a decade. So let's look at it. One of the things I like about this book is, as you'll see as we go through, you've got English here and then Italian down here. Look at that beautiful little drawing right there. Alex Raymond, of course, the father of Flash Gordon. Yes, he created Flash Gordon. Then he went on to... Jungle Jim was another book that he did. And Secret Agent X9 was a comic strip. I'm sorry, Jungle Jim was a comic strip. I said books. I was looking at a book. And he's done commercial work as well. There's a self-portrait of him. So, like I said, going through this, you've got English and then Italian. So you look at it, you go, oh, that's a lot to read. I'm lazy, guys. I look at that and I go, that's a lot to read, okay? But when I realized I only have to read this half, oh, that's cool. The Power and the Grace. He was born in 1909. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, that really does make sense. Alex Raymond's a guy, he, of course, came up with Hal Foster and stuff. You can look at their work and see similarities. Hal Foster's work is definitely more realistic in terms of figure proportion, whereas the thing I always liked about Alex Raymond is his figures are elongated and have heroic proportion, and that's what I love. This is I didn't even knew this, Blondie Sunday page, ghosted by Raymond. One, I love the fact Blondie's that old of a character, and two, ghosted by Alex Raymond, so that's cool. I need to go back and reread this book. I guess The Kid Sisters, ghosted by Raymond, 1932. So, ghosted by Alex Raymond in 1932. So that's a pretty young age. He was 24? No, 23. I'm sorry, 23 when he was ghosting this stuff. So that's pretty accomplished. I mean, is any surprise? Oh, look at that. Total Alex Raymond proportions and stuff right there. Oh, that's cool. Get some more stuff here. Obviously, the evolution. This is all before Flash Gordon. Well, now it looks like we're getting into flower. Here we go. Style in Progress. Now, this is the stuff I remember seeing at the Kubert School and just falling in love with. Now, also take note, if you're a fan of Don Newton, you can tell, was a fan of Alex Raymond, not from the rendering, but from the anatomy and posturing of the figures and stuff as well. Yeah, I could look at that all day. That is just so nice. Look at that brushwork. I only have one actual collection of Flash Gordon by Alex Raymond, and it's in color. I got to be honest, I'd rather have a black and white collection that would really show off his line work. These are Buck Rogers panels from 1929, and then panels from Flash Gordon 1934. So you can see that he was pulling inspiration from Buck Rogers. Man, I didn't know Buck Rogers was that old. Jeez. Would have been nice if some of this stuff was in color. There was a big oversized Alex Raymond book that came out. I think IDW put it out some years ago. Pretty thick, 250, 300 pages. I didn't get it, and I regret that. I should have gotten that, but oh well. And I think it's expensive on the aftermarket now. Look at this. Just, God. I wish they could do an artist edition of this Flash Gordon stuff like they did Hal Foster's Prince Valiant. This, now it wasn't their original. I thought it was when I was first going there. This was at the Kubert School hanging up when I went there in a hallway, and I thought it was an original, and it was just stats, you know, high resolution, you could say photocopies for back in the day. But seeing these panels full size and the detail and line work was just amazing. Look at these figures. They're just so graceful. And see what I mean by like more superhero type size anatomy if you look at the proportions of that guy. So I guess if I had a big complaint about this book, it would be it's so tiny. So I think it's a little over 8.5 by 11 this way. So much beautiful work in these strips. And, you know, if I had if it came right down to it, and it was like, who do you prefer, Alex Raymond or Hal Foster? Sorry, Hal. I'd go with Alex Raymond. Just love it. You can see some Alfredo Akela in this stuff. So, you know, Alfredo was influenced by him. Alfredo was a great artist in his own right, but over here probably known more for his inking. So see an ad for his new strip, Secret Agent X9, where his style did change. Like when he did Jungle Jim was very much in the style of Flash Gordon. But it was cool because it was, you know, it was modern day for that time period. You know, people in suits and regular clothes. When you got the Secret Agent X9, you can see the style change, and there's more solid blacks, not as much of the real, the brush rendering, lots of feathering that he was doing on Flash Gordon and stuff. Here it says assisted by Austin Briggs. I'm sure he had quite a few. This is Jungle Jim that I was talking about. And, you know, truth be told, the Jungle Jim reprint I have, I've never even read. I just bought it because of the artwork. You know, now the Flash Gordon stuff, so I'd rather have it in black and white, but I definitely would read it, given so much other stuff I have to read. Okay, this is cool. A little bit of a how-to from Alex Raymond. Now that's pretty freaking cool. This looks like it was done from a model. Okay, and you kind of wish there was a stage before this one to see. Same with this. Wish there were a few more stages he showed. This is the feathering I'm talking about. Look at this body posture. Joe Kubert, fan of Alex Raymond? I would say so. I would say so. Alex is another guy from back then. Him and Bern Hogarth. It would have been great to see both of these guys draw. Could you imagine a fill-in issue on Superman drawn by Alex Raymond? That's Clark Kent. I mean, this is some of this stuff we're looking at here. Let me see, just so I can be accurate. So these are from Jungle Jim, 1945. So could you imagine in 1945 if they were able to have got Alex Raymond for a Superman fill-in issue, or Bern Hogarth for a Superman fill-in issue? Oh, that was the other one he did, Rip Kirby. That was one that I was forgetting too. Rip Kirby. You can really see Al Williamson is influenced by Alex Raymond in the Rip Kirby stuff, I think. Total difference from Flash Gordon. Just growth as an artist and stuff. This page just showing off Honey Dorian from the Rip Kirby strip. Just look at that. Women today would go crazy. Comic women fans would go crazy over this figure like they do over anything modern. Oh my God, why is your waist so small? That is just so unproportionate. You can't do that. Be quiet. Very nice brush inking on this Rip Kirby right here. Rip Kirby's one I don't have either. I actually, and even though Stan Drake was influenced by Alex Raymond as well, I actually like Stan Drake's work on The Heart of Juliet Jones. And when you look at that, you can really see the influence Stan Drake had on Neil Adams. Look at this, beautiful, before Frank Miller. This could be right out of Sin City. There's Alex with one of his models. Another one. Oh, Alex. That's right. Look at these guys. That's right. They use models. Nothing wrong with that. And no, I'm not delving a lot into the biography and stuff of Alex because I'll be honest, I don't know it. I have not read this in a while. Raymond in his home studio, Stamford, Connecticut, with his assistant, Ray Burns. Check that studio out. That room is probably half the size of what I'm in right now, but just so much cooler. So in Rip Kirby, you can definitely see the evolution of his style from Flash Gordon, which was a lot of grays, not a lot of solid blacks, to a lot of more solid blacks with the lighting and such. Here's a nice brush drawing. Kind of has a Milton Caniff feel to it with the brushwork that he laid down. Nice illustration here. Pretty sure it's all pen. This is where I wish it would say, and I'm pretty sure it does not in the description either, what pen point he was using. I do have a book called The Strange Death of Alex Raymond that goes over some of that, so I just need to pull that out. And let me tell you what an awful way. He was out tooling around. I believe it was with Stan Drake. And if I remember right, Stan Drake just got this new Corvette, some type of convertible two-seater sports car from back then. And Alex was like, "Oh, let me drive it." And he lost control, hit a tree, Alex obviously went through the windshield or flown from the car, and that's what killed him. And Stan Drake actually got part of his ear cut off from glass and stuff in the accident. So anyhow, back to nicer things. Look at these wrinkles. Oh my God. I need to actually go get a Rip Kirby book, reprint in black and white, just to study the wrinkles. These comic strip guys, Leonard Starr is another one who I look at. I'm just marveled by the way he does wrinkles. Same with Stan Drake. Here we have a page from Al Williamson's Flash Gordon, so you can see the influence Alex Raymond had on him. Raymond Kinsler, splash page. So you can see the influence Alex had. Sheldon Moldoff, Enrico Nicola, Dan Flagg, Daily Strip, ghosted by Al McWilliams. Killer from Hicksville. What the? Enrico Bagnoli, Killer from Hicksville. Yeah, so this is probably just talking about the long swath that Alex Raymond cast his influence over other artists. This is just beautiful artwork here. What year is this? 1953. Alex Raymond, black and white. Well, that's good because that's what the rest of this whole book is. So these were illustrations he did, spot illustrations and such. You can even see Frank Frazetta being influenced by him as well. Western magazine illustrations. And until I got this, I didn't even know when I was going through the Kubert School that he was a illustrator as well, and not just doing the newspaper strips. That is very see-through. Daddy-like. Beautiful pinups here. He could have been one of those great pinup artists. Love this. Love the rendering with the brush showing the gray tones. I mean, this is inspirational work right here. A beautiful cartoon face, but still realistic. A bra magazine. And that's it. Then we just get to the appendix. Quickly, because it is literally in arm's reach. This is the Jungle Gym I was telling you about. I don't know. Well, let's just see what the quality is on the inside. Now, this is from 35 to 37. So I believe he was doing Flash Gordon at the same time, that's a lot of work. But Flash Gordon, I think, was just Sundays. So just look at, like I said, look at the figure work. It's definitely using the heroic proportion system, whereas that's 8 heads high compared to normal people like you and I are 6. So it's the smaller head, which gives the figures a leaner look to them. Sorry, I can't. Well, there we go. I guess I can. It's better to try and show most of both than just one. You can see the Joe Kubert in this stuff. Joe is influenced by Alex. So I wish these were bigger. Either that or the format of this book should have just been like this. But save on paper cost. It's probably cheaper to use standard 8.5 by 11. Look at me analyzing printing. What a dummy. You see his beautiful water and rendering there. Great action. This is another book that goes into the catalog of If I Only Had the Time to Read. Love this rendering right here on this guy's back. He's using Zipatone and stuff. I love this back here behind her, just this nice brushwork. But you can definitely see, if you look at this and you go look at Rip Kirby, just the evolution in his art. Not a lot of solid blacks in this stuff. way more brushy. So that's that. And then, like I said, I do have this Mongo, the Planet of the Doom. This is volume 1 of this book. Hold on, gotta do that. I haven't looked at it in a while, so let's see if I'm right or wrong about the printing in this stuff. How good it is. I wish it was black and white. This book was published in oh, come on, 1990. So I probably got this at the Kubert School. Look at this is what I'm talking about. Look at these proportions. These are heroic proportions. These are Joe Kubert type proportions. You can see that, you know, Joe Kubert in this work. Okay, so I take it back. So far, the printing is fantastic in this. So 34 to 35 strips, 1 through 82. So this does collect. Wait a second. No, this is Alex. Al Williamson. Oh, this was written, okay, by Williamson. So 1934. He was just 25 when he created Flash Gordon. That is amazing. Yeah, the print in this stuff isn't that, it's not bad, but it's not great. And, you know, once again, 25 years old, you know, this work is fantastic. Are there 25-year-olds today that do stuff like this? Sure. But you got to go back to the time period this was. And for that time period, 25 rocking this. And I'm not going to do this page by page. Let's jump. So this is 1934, and now we're, oh my God, are we still at 1934? We are. Okay, well, I thought it was going to be a bigger jump. The design work on these buildings and stuff, very creative for back then. I need to get another one of these that has the end of the strip when he was really, well, we're kind of getting into it here. Yeah, the great proportions. His figures have changed from when he started. This is still 34, so there's no way this came out on a daily basis. Maybe my eyes are off because I don't think that's still 34, but. But once again, imagine if at some point in his career, he did a fill-in issue of Batman or Superman. Hell, even Wonder Woman. Could you imagine Alex Raymond drawing Wonder Woman back then? I certainly can't. All right, maybe I'll do a book look of this as a separate thing. If you guys want a full book look of this Flash Gordon, obviously I'm just really flipping quick. Let me know. Maybe I'll do one for it. Love that. Look at that. Oh, look, it's kind of like Batman and Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Very Joe Kubert right here, as in Joe was influenced by Alex. All right, let me know. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this book look of Profili. A look at Alex Raymond and his life. Thank you so much. Go check out Kor-Drath, The Reckoning on Indiegogo. You will love it. 76 pages of badass barbarian action. AndySmithArt.com. Like, subscribe, and share. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.